The ERi-TV news broadcast crew and I, Dalit Sahaya, are now ready for your daily news briefing of 10:30 local time. But first, let us catch up with the major headlines. Construction of road connecting Golo in Eritrea. Diaspora nationals celebrate Independence Day anniversary. Negotiations over tariff are processing more slowly than expected, Scott Bassett said. Heat waves hit Madrid, Spain. On our local news, the first phase of the construction of the road connecting administrative areas of Golo and Eritrea in the San Afes subzone was completed on the 29th May. The event was attended by Ms. Lu'ul Gabra'ab, Minister of Labour and Social Warfare, Mr. Habtab Tesfatzian, Governor of Southern Region, General Philippos Johannes, Chief of Staff of Eritrean Defence Forces, Mr. Yusuf Sayed, Head of Organizational Affairs of PFDJ, Brigadier General Tkhlek Fly, Commander of the Central Command, as well as Mr. Arisfa Mikhail, President of the National Union of Eritrean Women. The administrators of the administrative area stated that residents had long faced transportation challenges, especially in transporting pregnant women and the sick to health facilities. They expressed hope that construction of the new road will alleviate these problems and commend all those who contributed to the project. Highlighting the strong involvement of the public and the members of defense forces, Lieutenant Colonel Lugusa Tesfai, head of the technical service in the southern region, praised the dedication of the project coordinators and machinery operators. Mr. Habtab Tesfatzion, for his part, affirmed that regional construction will continue to support the successful completion of the remaining of the phase of the project. Awards and certificates of recognition were presented to individuals who made special contribution in the construction effort. The 34th Independence Day anniversary has been colorfully celebrated by Eritrean nationals residing in Ethiopia, several U.S. states, Oman, Bahrain, and Jordan under the theme Our Creation, Our Armor. The Eritrean Embassy in Ethiopia and Eritrea's permanent representative of the African Union and the Economic Commission of Africa commemorated the anniversary on 26 May at the African Hall, accompanied by the national anthem of Eritrea and the African Union. The event was attended by members of diplomatic community in Addis Ababa, as well as officials from African Union and the Economic Commission of Africa. Mr. Benam Berhe, chargé d'affaires at the Eritrean Embassy and Eritrea's permanent representative of the African Union and Economic Commission for Africa, stated that Eritrea's Independence Day coinciding with the establishment of the African Union is not a coincidence. Emphasizing that Eritrean people just struggle for self-determination was part of the broader African liberation movement, he said that Eritrea's peace and stability are interlinked with that of the African continent. A video presentation was screened at the event depicting history, culture, and was the life of the Eritrean people along with the nation's economic development progress. The anniversary was also joyfully celebrated by nationals in Washington, D.C. and surrounding areas from 17th to 25th May. The program was attended by a large number of nationals, friends of Eritrea, diplomats, and representatives of the U.S. State Department. Mr. Birhane Gabrihiwa, chargé d'affaires at the Eritrean Embassy, noted that Eritrea has made significant achievement in international relations through the establishment of positive ties with various countries. He added that based on its independent and non-aligned political stance, Eritrea will continue engaging with countries that respect its values and positions. The event was highlighted by cultural and artistic performances at the Eritrean Cultural and Civic Center, in which over 3,000 nationals took part. Similarly, nationals residing in the U.S. cities of Atlanta, Seattle, also celebrated the 34th Independence Day anniversary with various programs. Eritreans in Oman, Bahrain, and Jordan, as well as Lusaka, Zambia, and Harar, Zimbabwe, also enthusiastically celebrated 34th Independence Day under the theme Our Creation, Our Armor. The 9th Youth Organizations Week was conducted in the subzone of Habaro, Asmat, Halhal, Elaborate, Aditakalezan, Hamel Malo, and Hagaz in Ansabar region from 19th to 28th May under the theme Our Knowledge, Skill, and Capacity for Our People. The program was organized by the regional branch of the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students, and Youth Organizations Week featured modern and traditional cultural performances, dramas, general knowledge competition, creative and innovative showcase, and tour of historical and developmental sites, among other activities. Expressing their support for the annual programs organized by the youth, sub-zone administrators called for strong public involvement to ensure the stability of such initiatives. The viewers will be back with the international news shortly. To stay tuned. Welcome back. The trade negotiations between U.S. and China have stalled and may require intervention with countries' leaders, U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said on Sunday. In April, U.S. President Donald Trump raised duties on Chinese goods as high as 145%, citing what has described as an unfair trade imbalance. China responded by hiking its own tariffs to 125%. Earlier this month, the two countries agreed to roll back or suspend most of the new duties on 90 days pending further negotiations. On Thursday, the U.S. Court of Appeals of the Federal Circuit overruled the suspension of tariffs ordered a day earlier by the Court of International Trade. The tariffs will remain in place until at least June 9th. Bessent argued that it was highly inappropriate for countries to interfere with the tariff given the U.S. Senate has declined to block Trump's trade policies. He quoted, "The president absolutely has a right to set trade agenda for the U.S. Anything that the court do not get in the way harms of the American people, both in terms of trade and lost tariffs revenue." China has condemned Trump's tariffs as a tool of advanced U.S. hegemonic ambitions as the cost of the legitimate interest of all countries. On our last news, Spain is bracing for another sweltering end May, with mercury in southern part of the country set hit 40 degrees centigrade as high pressure areas as much of the hot, dry area bring temperature to more than 10% above the seasonal norm. The high temperature came almost exactly 3 years after some areas of Spain experienced their hottest May since records began, and the temperature at Seville airport reached 41 degrees centigrade. Del Capo said the highest temperature were down to the presence of the high-pressure areas over the peninsula, which guarantees stable weather with few clouds and lot of sun, and the arrival of the mass of dry, warm air over the peninsula from North Africa. He added that most affected areas would be southeast Spain, its central region, and the Ebro Valley in the northeast of the country. Temperature on the two hottest days this week, probably Thursday and Friday, are forecast to reach 35 degrees centigrade in the central and northern areas and 40 degrees centigrade along Dwalkovic River. The hottest spell of the forecast lasts until at least Saturday, when atmospheric stability could bring clouds, dust clouds, and lowering of the temperature. Spain records its highest ever temperature in August 2021, when the mercury in the Andalusian town of Montaro, near Combada, reached 47.4 degrees centigrade. Dear viewers, we've come to the end of tonight's news. Let's have a recap of the headlines. Construction of road connecting Golo and Tarhanare. Diaspora nationals celebrate Independence Day anniversary. Negotiations over tariffs in progressing more slowly than expected, Scott Bessent said. And heat wave hits Madrid, Spain. That wraps up our stories for tonight. Thanks for watching and have a good night.